Based in Forres, one of Scotland's oldest towns, husband and wife team Michael and Maria Start have been restoring automata for over 30 years. Today they've travelled to North Wales to meet antique dealer Drew Pritchard, who's found something that needs their expertise.
They are fast becoming one of my favourite things to restore. These automaton are something that I find fascinating because they're still amazing today. Even in derelict condition, they're still amazing things. Hello.
Hi, Drew.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Right, got something here for you.
Oh,
So tell me all about it then. So I know nothing about this.
it's a circus performer, and we know this model, and this ladder wobbles to and fro with clockwork driving it. Music plays.
Yeah.
Maybe want to catch the head, Maria.
The head, OK.
Oh, there we go, there
Let's
goes the
lose
head.
the head.
So now, look at that, that's amazing. He's gone completely upside down, but that's not the end of the clockwork performance.
Right.
Because when he's like this, the ladder wobbles and he goes like that.
Wow. Does it really?
3 times he should do that. All to music, and now he's back down there, and everybody just wants more.
The 19th century was a prolific period for automata. Many makers sprung up in Paris, creating magical pieces that gave the illusion of characters acting by their own power. Skilled artisans built the movements using a series of complex mechanical parts hidden in the base or body. Popular subjects included well-known theatre and circus performers whose entertaining tricks challenged the maker's skills to the limit.
It will get a real wow when it's done.
Yeah.
It's just an awful lot to do. You need a head, a new one. You need a full suit of clothes.
And then when we get inside to the heart of it, this mechanism is going to need a lot of work.
We'll have everything you've got on that one, please.
Okay.
All of the work.
Got a week to do it?
You can have nearly a whole week.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Fine. All right, all yours.
Okay.
Take her away.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No wonderful automatons ever fit for the bin, but my goodness, this one's lifted the lid. You know, we've got a lot of work to do.
Am I confident I can bring it back to what Drew has in his mind? Yeah.
With the Acrobat back in Scotland, it's poised for preservation. Michael begins by stripping down the mechanism. The movement of the Acrobat is controlled by a series of cams.
That's it, free.
Each individual one is designed to produce a specific motion.
And here we have, if I can get this free, and should just be able to pull this off. The cams are these profile discs, and it's like the brain of the mechanism. The whole performance is here in this palm of my hand. So each lump and bump will be a lift of the head or a swing up of the legs. It's all encoded into that. That's marvellous.
Michael has discovered what's keeping the Acrobat grounded. A small arm has buckled and needs to be replaced.
So we've got this big ladder with the Acrobat standing on it, and the whole thing has to wobble to and fro. And it all comes from this one little lever on the cam. Now, this one little lever is a relatively new replacement, and it's completely failed. I'm going to make a new one in the correct style and correct method so our ladder can wobble again.
Referring to a sketch of an original lever as a guide, Michael uses a scribe to scratch the exact measurements on a new piece of brass. He then marks where the holes will go with a punch.
39.73 millimetres along.
If they're a fraction of a millimetre out, the show won't go on.
This needs to be precision engineering because all the dimensions relate to movements of the automaton. A small movement of 2 or 3 millimetres at the mechanism can correspond to a movement of maybe 20 centimetres at the automaton. So that's a huge magnification. So just a fraction of a millimetre makes a big difference. There we go.
After cutting the brass to size, Michael bores 4 precise holes.
That's good. There, very close indeed. And then rivet it together and we'll have our new follower. Excellent. So that's pretty much it. I'm very pleased with that.
Maria is bringing her Acrobat back to life. She's made a new head from clay and now needs to cast it in a silicone mould.
So I'm going to paint it on really carefully for the first coat. And then once that's on, I can start slapping it on a bit. I have to be really careful not to push too hard because the clay will just break up. It will just sort of melt underneath. You can see there how the clay's mixed in with the silicone because I did go in a little bit hard. I'm going to be really careful with the features on his face. He's taking this silicone very well. Not grumbling at all.
After a few hours, the mould is set, and Maria can now add a plaster mix to form the new head.
This is the face. This is what people are going to see. So it's really important to get that first layer really nice and close to the mould. The guys have let us into Drew's shop and we're going to set up the ladder Acrobat ready so that he can walk in and see it in all its glory.
We want it to be just right for the moment he sees it.
Wow, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? You better talk me through this one, guys, because it doesn't look anything like the thing I gave you. I'm struggling to remember what was left of it.
Not a lot.
When Michael and Maria first set eyes on the Acrobat, it was more horror show than circus act. The head was loose and hands were missing. There was no costume, and the mechanism had left the performer paralysed. Now he's sprung back to life, with a restored head, vibrant clothes, and a hand-painted face straight out of the Parisian circus. He's ready to entertain the crowds once again.
Why has he got all beetles all over him and bugs?
That is what the original Acrobat would have had. They wouldn't have made up this face paint. They would have copied it from the original Acrobat.
Well, I'd love to see it working. This is always the bit that makes me nervous because I just think, please don't break.
Makes you nervous, Drew. I'm really nervous here. OK, Maria, are you going to pull the button?
Okay.
Go on, mate.
You can do it.
Go on. Go on. Keep going, keep going. Watch that now.
Yes!
That's just so realistic.
Tension.
That's the bit. That's the bit that gets you. Oh, my God.
Oh.
That is magic. Imagine that 100+ years ago. No computers, no TV. You don't have any of this visual stimulation, and then all of a sudden this thing arrives in your life. It is magical. It started as a couple of £1,000 odd. What's it cost and what's it worth?
It's taken 120 hours with the sequins and the beading. 180.
180 hours.
A lot of hours.
Right.
So it's about £10,000 of work gone into this.
Right.
But your
Hopefully it's a big but now.
the starting price would be 15,000. So yeah, if
We're in a
you're,
good place.
you're in a nice London fair, you maybe 22.5 you'd ask. And,
Why not? You know, find another one. It's one of those, isn't it? That's what, whenever I sell something really expensive, I always have like a pang. I go, It's not the money. It's not the money. It's like, now I've got to find another one. And that's the hard bit. Anyway, look, well, thank you very much.
thank you, Drew.
Guys. Leave it with us.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Beautiful work as ever.
Thank you, Drew.
All right. Cheers. Thanks. Bye-bye.